reviewed it. I don't have any additions or corrections.
Mr. Anthony, same question.
Judge, I have reviewed the PSI as well. I've known the defendant for quite some time, going back to her first felony, first and only previous felony. So I have firsthand knowledge that that is accurate and that it is correctly scored. I do believe her to be a G, and I think the court can see that everything else is either unscorable or is a traffic matter. And actually, I represent her on most of those.
All right. Given no objections or challenges, I will adopt the findings of the pre-sentence investigation for today's hearing and hear comments on sentencing. Ms. Thibodeau.
Your Honor, I would ask you to follow the plea agreement. Sorry. I would ask you to follow the plea agreement to the standard term and run it consecutive to her revocation case and have drug court supervise her.
All right. Mr. Anthony.
Judge, I offer the same comment. We can, I think I told you before we started this record that drug court has sanctioned her on the 17CR case to return to inpatient treatment, and the bed has been made available to her on Wednesday, and that the drug court team has made arrangements to transport her. So should this court follow the recommendations of the parties, that is the expectation for disposition and sort of what would happen next from here. We do ask that you follow that plea agreement. And I will tell you, Judge, not part of the plea agreement, but Miss Parscal is a very interesting person. I've known her a long time. She is as smart as anybody that works in this courthouse or as anybody that I've worked with. She has, I think, a bright future. That's part of why I've worked so hard to make this work for her. She needs help. She knows she needs help, although I will say she has not always known that she needs help. She does today, and I think this is an opportunity, hopefully, for her to make some big changes in her life.
Thank you. Ms. Parscal, now's your opportunity. Tell me anything you want me to know in mitigation of your sentence today.
I really don't have much to say except for I'm ready to work hard and do this and improve
I'm sorry, could you start that again? My court reporter has to get everything down. We couldn't hear you at the start.
I really don't know what else to say besides I'm ready to get started and work hard and improve my life and get back on track.
Alrighty, thank you. Mr. Anthony, know any legal reason why I should not now proceed to sentencing?
Judge, I do not, but I should have brought this up earlier when you asked me about the PSI. The drug court team and myself believed that this case would be a Senate Bill 123 case, and it isn't listed as such. And it appears to me that it's purely an omission. But I don't want to undo this sentencing at this point. I believe that we can modify this should the correct answer be Senate bill. I believe we can modify this after we get as SASE was not done is what I believe is the issue. We were in contact with court services yesterday about this, and I don't see this as a hang up. I just see it as a clerical mistake. I would prefer to go forward here today.
All right. I was going to ask Ms. Williams about that when she came here, why it wasn't a Senate bill case according to the PSI, but she didn't join us today for whatever reason. Now she's had a 1, 2, 3 evaluation for her case that she's currently in drug court for, correct?
Yeah, Judge, I actually went down that road yesterday trying to save this. Yes, that's correct. That's how she has an inpatient bed available. However, that evaluation is not the same evaluation they use for Senate bill designation. So there is a difference between the substance abuse evaluation and the SASE, which is the thing. The SASE is the thing that's missing. I can tell you that she has had an LSIR, does meet criteria for Senate bill, that she has had a substance abuse evaluation, does meet criteria for inpatient placement, which means she will meet the criteria for Senate bill. But without that piece of paper, the SASE part of this piece of paper, the state funding is unavailable until that's done. So I think, again, we have done this post-sentencing on other drug court cases. I don't see any reason we couldn't do it. It just isn't done yet.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you do that then. But if you have any trouble in drug court, bring it back. We'll get it done right.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Parscal, you wanted to say something
Yeah, can I speak to Zach,
in private?
please?
Okay, hold on one second. You're going to get a breakout room invite. I need you to accept it when it shows up. There you go.
Thank you.
Yep. I'm going to step away and grab my coffee cup while they're out. All right.
Judge Cahill, while they stepped away, I was just going to let you know, I don't know if I was recently moved into the drug court coordinator position, which is what Calvin has done for years. And I'm
Right.
now doing that in that position. So if you have cases that come up and you think that it's worth a drug court referral, just let us know. I'm happy even with you send me an email and let me know, hey, I think this person maybe would be a good drug court person. I will take care of it. I'm pretty good with the Zoom meetings with them in jail and whatnot. And kind of my goal is to ramp us up to be so full that we can't take anybody, or we need to add somebody else to make the program. So if you see
Yeah.
people and you have any questions, feel free to
usually-
reach out.
All right. Usually, Zach works there a lot, so I'll often reach out to him. The other defense counsel seem to be pretty well versed in it too, and they often suggest it to me. But every now and then I'll come across one that they haven't thought about it, that I tell them to get in touch with you. So you might not get it directly from me, but and I mean you can, but a lot of times I'll just tell defense counsel to get it going. So we'll get them over there. I'd love to fill it up too. Yeah.
Yeah. The more we can help, the better. It's
Yep.
definitely, this is my jam is this program. How's your brother?
Very well. Very well. Better than he deserves.
Well,
Living
that's
in
been the case
retirement.
always, right?
What's that?
I said that's been the case always, right?
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. But that's a pretty low bar as to what he deserves. So,
I gotcha.
yeah. All right, here you come back.
She should be returning, Judge.
Yep.
Zach, so did you guys take care of the revo journal entry yesterday in drug court?
No, I thought it was last time we did a hearing on this case, this issue came up, and I didn't think it was you, honestly. Whoever it was covering it, maybe it was
Candace's case.
I think that Candace could see that there was a revo with an extension in this case that she brought in the 17 case that she brought up to us when we were doing the plea hearing. But I don't really care. We can get it right.
The notes say it was extended in November of 2019, which means it needs to be extended again, unless I'm missing a note.
I think it was extended again, but we can look at it. We did take this up. We brought this question up before, and I really don't care because we're going to be on probation anyway. So
okay, I just wanted to make sure because I got confused and didn't know if I needed to do another one.
It was confusing to all of us last time we talked about it too. So if it's just a matter of making a journal entry to cover our trail, that's fine. Like I'm not going to be offended by that.
Yeah. The docket sheet says on November 13th of this year, it's by Judge Griffin. It says defendant on video by Zach Anthony, ADA Railer. Defendant is accepted with drug court to be transferred to inpatient treatment on 11/16/20. Case reset on 12/18/20.
Okay.
So it doesn't reflect it. But anyway, Did you, in speaking with your client, did you need something else on the record?
I did not, Judge. I can share this with the drug court team, or I can share this with both of you. Ms. Parscal was concerned about the opportunity to see her children at Christmas. Unfortunately, I don't know how to make all that work. I can pass that request on to Judge Griffin. But the nature of inpatient treatment and the fact that she will have only been there for 2 days makes it unlikely that that will work. I don't have anything further to add, Judge. I wouldn't ask you to do that because I think Judge Griffin will oversee that conversation.
And my guess is Judge Griffin will tell you that's going to be through the inpatient treatment facility and their policy. They do have hearts, though. I think they'll if possible, they'll try and arrange something, even if it's the kids visiting her there. But yeah, that's going to be kind of between her and her provider. All right. So, Mr. Anthony, any legal reason why I should not now proceed to sentencing?
No, Judge.
All right. For the sole count of conviction, possession of methamphetamine, severity level 5, non-person drug felony with a criminal history score of G, Ms. Parscal will be sentenced to the standard range of 15 months. If she has to do that time, she'll be eligible for 20% good time credit and subject to post-release supervision of 12 months. Her application for probation is considered today, and it is granted to community corrections for a period of 12 months. And a specific term of that probation be that she successfully complete the drug court program. By operation of law, and in this court's order, this sentence is ordered to run consecutively to her 2017 case, which she is currently on probation. Okay, let's see. Before we jump off the sentencing, Ms. Parscal, you would have 14 days from today to appeal anything you don't like about your sentence. You also may seek expungement after a period of time following successful completion of probation. As a convicted felon, it's prohibited for you to own or possess a firearm. Certain kind of deadly cutting instruments like dirks, daggers, switchblades, basically knives that could be considered deadly weapons. All right. I think that covers us. Well, we'll go through cost sheet here in a second. But in the 2017 case, I will hear any comments, but my intent is to find her in violation, reinstate her on probation, extend that for 1 year from today, and make a specific requirement that she successfully complete drug court. Mr. Anthony, any objection to that?
No, Judge. That would be our request as well.
Okay. Jail time credit? Anyone?
I don't have it worked up, Judge, but we could, I'm sure between Claire and I, we can figure it out.
I have
Okay.
it. Hold on one second. So on her revo, she has 24 plus 34 plus 3. And then my question was if the 62 that she's been in on should go towards the revo or towards her old case or her new case. Sorry.
I don't know that it matters since they're consecutive. It just she gets credit on one, but not the other, whichever you guys determine is, and the probation will terminate at the same time. So it doesn't really matter whichever one you want to put it on, you can put it on. My intent, Mr. Anthony, unless you tell me I'm wrong, is to release her on this case today. And then Judge Griffin is going to be doing the revocation release on Wednesday to let her go to drug treatment. Am I correct in that?
Judge, that is absolutely correct. As far as I am concerned, that's legally sufficient. I would only caution that recently we have had issues in these specialty courts with the jail not fully reading everything we send them. And I can tell you, because it happened just a couple of days ago, that they released somebody on a revoked order. It may be safer if you could get the release to Kelly, who could then turn it in on Wednesday when they are ready to transport her, rather than send it over today and have it sitting there with the concern that they may think that your order covers both cases.
I'll do that. And in fact, I'll modify the order to make it clear that she's to be released to community corrections to go directly to inpatient treatment.
And
Okay.
that specific requirement is the thing that gave us fits previously. But as long as Kelly has it, the problem will be solved.
All right. So
Judge, are you ordering her to serve shock time until which will end when she is taken to inpatient treatment?
well, that was kind of why I was asking whether Judge Griffin's gonna be doing that release or not, because I guess I should I'll go ahead and order shock time until Wednesday, at which time she's to be released to community corrections to go to inpatient treatment.
That's fine with us, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So, Ms. Parscal, I have to ask you as I calculate this cost sheet, when you get out of treatment, do you have a line on employment? Can't hear you.
Wanted to work for Amazon, but that was when I was right next to Amazon at KCK Mirror. So I have no clue what I'm going to do now.
All right. How many kids are you responsible for right now?
2.
I'm sorry, 2?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your living arrangement when you get out of inpatient?
I want to go home.
Right. What you have a home
What the
that
heck?
you own or rent?
What is going on?
I rent.
All right. All right. Well, look, I think Ms. Parscal's got some financial issues, so I'm going to waive her court costs and supervision fees in this case.
Okay.
Mr. Anthony, I'll waive your fee as well.
Family.
She's already in the database, so she doesn't have to pay that. And hopefully, I imagine she probably has some costs and things in the 17 case. Hopefully, I don't want to overburden her, give her a chance to be successful when she gets out. All right. Ms. Parscal, look, Mr. Anthony knows you better than me. He assures me that you're one of the smartest people he knows, and I trust him enough to assume that that is true. All right. But getting clean is not always a product of being, using your intellect. A lot of times it's your will. But your intellect can help, right? Because you can probably think through some things that people who aren't blessed with those talents can't. So this is what I need you to know. I know enough about addiction and recovery to know that relapse is always a possibility. Although I don't think it's an inevitability, as some people say. What I need from you is consistent effort. All right. If you have a relapse, I'm not saying you're gonna, and I sure hope that you don't, but if you have a relapse, that would not cause me to give up on you and send you to prison. All right. But what I'm going to evaluate is what happens the day after. Do you recommit to your treatment, get clean again, and get back on that horse, or do you give up trying? All right. Because if you give up trying, you're not going to leave me any option but to send you to prison on both of these cases. And that is not the place for you. Okay. So effort, what I need to know is I don't expect perfection. I expect continuous effort. And with continuous effort, you will be successful. I have no doubt about that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Anything I failed to cover today, Mr. Anthony?
Nothing from me, Judge.
Ms. Kevado?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then we are going to be adjourned. I'll get all these paperwork signed up and get them out for the various parties. We are adjourned.